There was another moment, too, and I hadn't thought about this until now.
Yeah.
He expressed a desire to have a closer relationship with Josh Allen. He was asked about the fact that he was seen talking to Josh Allen after kind of everything wound down, and he said, I'd really like to get to know him better. And, Josh Allen is kind of apples to apples.
Yeah,
I mean, Burrow's been to a Super Bowl, unlike Allen, but it's that same, we've been stuck behind the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, arguably guys who don't have enough help around them. You could make an easy case that Joe Burrow has far more help around him offensively than Josh Allen has typically had. But defensively, it's been a mess for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I just get the impression look, it's a simple logical exercise. He's not currently having fun playing football. So there are two options. Stop playing football altogether or try to play football in a way, again, that will restore the fun. If it's not fun, why am I doing it? And if that means playing for a different team, as rare as it is that you see a player, especially a franchise quarterback, say, I'd like to move on to a different team, please. It feels like, and we've always thought that could happen. And I know that Bengals fans don't want to hear it, but also when writing Playmakers, a very reliable source said that if Joe Burrow had grown up in Athens, Georgia, and not Athens, Ohio, he would have refused to play for the Bengals from the get-go. He would have made the power play. Now, it's easy to say it because you didn't have to do it, but that's always been out there. And there's always been this vague sense that if they don't check the right boxes, Joe Burrow reserves the right to make a power play. And when they were struggling to get some of the contracts done, remember, I told you, I've looked at his contract. It wouldn't be as financially difficult for him as it would be for others to say, I'm just done. The amount of money they could try to get back from him that he's received, not nearly the amount that maybe other players would have to surrender if the Bengals played hardball. So he could walk away like a Carson Palmer did. Palmer was 31, 8 seasons into Cincinnati when he decided he had enough. And 8 years after the fact, Palmer explained that when you prioritize money over winning, you have no chance. And that was clearly his commentary on the way the Bengals handled their business. And Luck was 29 when he retired, the same age that Joe Burrow now is. So these are fair reactions to what Burrow did yesterday. And here's the next level. Was this a weak moment of spontaneity where they just happened to catch him at a time when he chose to be candid? Or did he plan to say what he said? Was he sending a message? Was it an accidental message? Was it an intentional message? I think that's another layer to this. We won't know the answer unless someone asks him. And he says, yeah, I planned to do that when I went in there that day. But if this is all part of a broader strategy, then it's all the more reason to wonder what the next move is going to be once we get through this season.
Yeah, I know he said he wanted to get back to having fun and all that. So I didn't take it necessarily that he wasn't having fun, right? I kind of took it as it could be a whole lot.
No. I mean, he said.
Yeah, go ahead, say.
Okay, I'll read the quote to you. Just so let's be clear.
Yeah,
because here's exactly what he said. If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, what am I doing it for? And then later he says, I'm just trying to have fun doing it again. And the again implies that he's currently not.
Yeah.
If you want to have fun doing something again, you're currently not having fun. So I take those two quotes together and I say he's currently not having fun.
Yeah.
Whether it's the physical stress and the mental strain of recovering from the injury and getting back as quick as you can, and it all kind of goes up in smoke.
Right.
Or it's just everything. It's 6 years with the Bengals organization that has worn on him, and he looks at the lost opportunities. And if we do this a little differently, that a little differently, we would have won a Super Bowl by now. We would have been to more than one Super Bowl by now. You have to consider all of that, given what he said.
I think you're right. You're right. Maybe I didn't take it quite as that way as much as I kind of in my mind was like. Because maybe I'm having a hard time thinking he doesn't love the game. I'm more of like, hey, I need to love it more. I should be more fun. But because of my injuries, because our team is all over the place, right? And I don't have faith in my organization a little bit for them to put the right pieces in place, like you were just explaining. Like, this should be funner, right? I would be shocked. I mean, really shocked. I think I know Joe Burrow a little bit, that he would just walk away from the game there and just do that. But could I see him being frustrated as hell with dealing with the injuries, where the team is at, the fact that this week he threw the 2 interceptions and they're kind of out of the playoff race and all that, and he's feeling down? Yeah, I could feel that. And I could certainly see, too, him maybe being this way for the point you said, right? I mean, that's where my brain has gone when I read these comments yesterday, is more about just I'm unhappy, and maybe I want the organization to hear it a little bit, because it's not that fun, because we get off to a slow start every year, and I get hit a lot every year to start the season, and we can't protect the passer, and it's on me and 2 other guys to carry the team week in and week out. And I can understand that. And then I think you couple that with the injuries, you can get really frustrated. I was young, but I saw my father for the first 5 years of his career never get to play. He'd play 5 games, be hurt for 5 more, play for 6 games, be done for the year. He had to deal with that. And I know there was points when I was a young kid where his frustration level was boiling over. Not because he didn't love the game, but it was just frustrated with everything. Life wasn't going the way he wanted. And I feel like maybe that's where Joe Burrow is a little bit right now. And I understand it, because as we talk about all the time, right? We talked about this with Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's a bust. He's a bust. This is where football's a brutal sport. No, Saquon Barkley is a Hall of Fame, one of the greatest running backs we've ever seen. But when you're on a crappy team in a crappy situation like he was with the Giants, nobody really gets to see how great he is. Then he gets to Philadelphia, and we go, oh my gosh, is he the greatest running back we've ever seen? And that's where, as a player and a guy like Joe Burrow, he knows how great he is. All the players in football know how great he is. And I think he's looking at it a little bit like, yeah, I got to a Super Bowl, but damn, now I can't even get to the damn playoffs. I can't stay healthy. We're a mess as a team. And I could see that frustration boiling over a little bit to where, yeah, he's wearing on his sleeve right now.
Throw in the fact that he's one of those guys, when the playoffs roll around, he reaches
another level,
a higher level
right.
of performance.
Right.
And when you can't get to that point where you morph into super duper man from Superman.
Because we saw it last week until the bad plays.
Rare,
right.
But he's that rare athlete that thrives for the big moments. We see some that when the lights are brighter, they shrink. He grows when the lights are brighter, and he steps up, and that's when he's having his most fun. Hey, Thanksgiving night, it was a big deal. It's a big audience. It's the tradition of football and everything that comes together, and he'd wanted to play on Thanksgiving his whole career, and look how emotional he was after they won that game. So I think that when you specifically look at Joe Burrow and the fact that he does access this well of an even higher level of performance in a playoff game, that makes it all the more less fun if you're chronically failing to get to the postseason. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.